Oh no, there we are. We're on YouTube now. Sorry about it, guys on YouTube. Um we were live on Twitch and not you guys, and that's a mistake.
Welcome to the party,
Welcome
guys.
to the
You're
party. Hey,
now here.
it's Cyber Samurai Sunday. Y'all see the intro on the edited version we'll put up. You'll see it'll be fine. We love you guys on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. We love you guys on Twitch. And that's the only place you can see us right now. Maybe I'll make a podcast version one day. Maybe. Anyways, like I said, my name is Corey. You all know and love me because I'm the game master, and I'm all over this channel because I am the techno master. Uh,
The spider at the center of the interwebs for us.
let's introduce everyone's character, starting with our poll winner, Sasha.
You just love to call on people when they have food in their mouths.
Yeah. Well, you won the poll too. Keep it pithy.
All right, extra special.
Always
Extra
keep it pithy.
Okay. Well, hi, my name's Sasha. I play Bayushi Naren. Currently trying to complete the kind of objective that I have in the city after spending a lot of time kind of messing around and bumbling about the city. It is now time to pressure the mayor, I think, right? It was the mayor, into finding all of his skeletons, or however that saying goes. Tickling all of his skeletons.
Yeah.
I like that better than what it probably is.
You gotta dig through the skeletons in his closet to find the right skeleton.
I'm gonna steal his bones.
Tickle.
Yep. They're gonna be mine. I will have all of his bones,
Just don't
and
forget
I
his-
will be the ultimate bone lord.
Bone-
That is my objective.
Careful if you find the
She wants-
flamboyant one in his closet.
She wants to go to the bone zone, so she's gonna need to collect all the bones she possibly can in order to fulfill it.
Tree.
Yeah,
Yes.
Braintree.
Naurin is the bone master.
Oh yes.
Bone mistress.
The mistress of bones.
She's the calcium king.
Yeah, it might have been too much.
So, bone jokes aside, I'm trying to peer pressure this dude into telling me all of his secrets. So that's kind of what we have going on right
It's
now.
okay. I'm your friend. Share all your hidden secrets with me, because I'm your friend.
And as always, you get to pick on the next person to go.
Tarek, obviously, because he has food in his mouth.
Damn it. Why, hello there, streaming world. I am Shishiro Kuranagi. I am a young Scorpion Shugenja person who's very happy to be here and very happy to have so many friends in the city. You could say that a lot of different people are involved with Shishiro Kuranagi in the sense that she has done a lot of favors for people and has been very kind to and generous to most people in this entire game so far, except perhaps for Doji Daisuke, who has gotten the brunt of her little jabs and kickbacks. Other than that, I think everybody in the group has had a pretty positive experience with Shishiro Kuranagi, and I think a lot of the people who she has encountered so far also have had a pretty positive experience, except for the people that she shot with arrows. Outside of that, she is a very kind person. She tries to be as jovial as possible most of the time. And maybe that is for a reason that she is hiding a lot of information behind a veil of smiles. That is me. I will go ahead and pass it off to Ide Yungsu.
I'm James. I play Ide Yongso, a unicorn spy and musician who would much rather be the latter than the former, and is almost done with the task he was sent here to do, in part thanks to the help from both Kuranagi and Naurin. And as well as good advice from Sora, too. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Sora on that one.
No, you gotta pass it to who?
Me.
Yeah, Crystal. Sora.
Crystal. Yes, thank you.
What? I'm
Hello?
following the same way Tarek did.
Y'all need to. Y'all
I
need
did say
to.
that.
I know. Y'all need to call yourselves by, like, nobody knows who you are. Like, just imagine that this is the first episode that anybody ever sees and has no idea who you guys are.
Go
Can't
back and watch
imagine
the
that.
first one then.
Yeah.
No!
You don't open up a novel and start at the middle.
You can start
Only
anywhere you
psychopaths
want.
do.
Well, you
Anywhere
won't
want.
enjoy
don't
it.
Don't listen to James. If this is your first episode, thank you. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy it so much you'll go back and watch the other ones. But you don't need to. You can watch this one. It's really
And
good.
then
I
you'll know
promise.
who we are.
Kill Dumbledore.
Well,
Oh, come on.
hello, I'm Crystal, and I play Moshi Sora, a centipede Shugenja Bushi who controls fire. And I am at the festival right now, hanging out with my friends, but later I'm gonna go see if I can wrestle a particular crane and perhaps get some information about his boss.
Yeah, I also want to strangle Doji Daisuke until he gives me information.
Not
I mean,
that crane.
I think several of us.
Until I give you what now?
The information.
Oh, information.
what information
Oh, I thought you meant
yet.
child. Oh,
No. What? No.
Yes, who does number
Oh,
2
my
work
God.
for?
oh, we're getting kinky.
Such a funny
Kuronagi
scene.
wants information. She doesn't know exactly what information she wants, but she wants that information.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, on to our last participant, Matt.
And hate the delay because I was trying to unmute myself. Anyways, hello everyone. My name is Matt. I play the pompous Doji Daisuke, who is a Crane Clan courier from the Doji Diplomat School, and he is on a mission to do, enjoy the festival and see the sights and sounds, but also a few other things that I'd rather not mention at the moment. We're just going to find out throughout the gameplay, and at this point in time, Doji Daisuke is just enjoying a bit of the local cuisine. Even though Kuronagi is making jabs at him for enjoying it, he's just gonna let it slide for now.
A bit too much.
We're all friends here. For now, don't worry. Something's cooking.
All right. So, as all of these people have alluded to, there's a festival going on. It's in the honor of this guy named Shozo. He's a poet, but he's not anymore because he can't be a poet because he's too old. Happens.
They have age limits on these things,
It's
apparently.
what he says.
Too old to poetry. Can't do it no more. And he is going to pass on his title of White Dragon, like the Grand Master of the Poetry, the White Dragon. Did you know that poetry and pro wrestling are very close together like that? He's gonna
So
pass
when
on.
Sora goes wrestling, it's just poetry?
What do you?
Down to a
just her
poetry
way-
competition?
It's just her way of sharing her poetry with the world.
Have you ever listened to John Cena? It is poetry. That's not the John Cena. That's The Price is Right.
Oh, how about this?
And his name is John Cena.
That was horrible.
Yeah, you almost had
We're
it
at a
there.
festival, not a circus.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you know the name of that song is called "Enter the Gladiators"?
Yeah, exactly.
It was the song that they played when the gladiators would enter the arena in Rome.
Sure.
That seems offensive. I feel like was it meant to be hurtful? Is it meant to hurt their feelings before they fight and die?
Yes.
I'm
It's
sure.
supposed to
I'm sure
keep
they
them in their
didn't use. I'm sure during ancient Roman times they didn't use a calliope to make that tune, and they used
Oh,
a
yeah?
different instrument that has more gravitas. Whew. Anyways, yeah. There's going to be a contest at the end of this festival to crown the next White Dragon. And that's where we are right now. Everybody's at the festival enjoying themselves. It's a lot of fun. There's food and prizes and dancing and plays and competitions like sumai and feats of strength, all sorts of stuff. And in fact, Narin right now has challenged the governor, Miyagenda, to a friendly
Governor.
game
Oh,
of
man.
shogi.
Shogi.
Shogi. I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna
that
butcher
right.
it the entire time.
Yes. Shogi. 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 Shogi.
S-H-O-G.
Yes. So it's like if you know chess, it's kind of like chess, as in there are pieces that move across the board. They all have their special ways of moving and capturing, and if you capture the one general piece, you win the game. That's basically it. And they are headed over to a little pavilion at the end of the festival where Shozo is receiving fans and basically just watching the festivities in the festival grounds before him. And you and Miyagenda walk up there and put down a board that they've pulled out of the pavilion just for you guys, and you can begin to play.
Wonderful. Okay. So I assume you'll kind of let me know how this works, but as like Naren sits down, she's gonna, I assume she's making like idle chatter with him, asking him so far, like, when did he get to the festival and has he been enjoying his time, or has he been being pestered about work and such even while
Oh
he's here?
yes, the weather is pleasant enough in the summer, but in the winter months it gets pretty cold and blah blah blah.
Yeah, just idle chatter. And once they actually start playing the game, I have some more kind of interesting questions to ask him.
Okay. So yeah, the game will begin, and you can put out some interesting opening moves and such. Is there a technique you're using? I believe.
Let's see here. Yes, what I want to do is assess strengths. Let me see if I can put that. Oh, how do I put that in the chat?
So if you double click
There we
it,
go. I think I found it.
yeah, you got it. So you got to go in air stance, skill games. A skilled courtier can deduce a lot about their opponent over the course of playing a game. Evaluating an opponent's strategy, moves, and demeanor can let them evaluate an opponent's character in turn. As a scheme action, you may make a games check targeting one opponent in a game that you are playing. The TN is equal to the target's vigilance. If you succeed, you learn one of your target's ranks in games, tactics, or any one martial skill. Choose one additional skill to learn for each bonus success. So you can start understanding his character sheet. Sounds good.
And should I do a hidden TN, or will you tell me what it is?
I will tell you what it is. Let me see what we got. Yeah, he's a daimyo. His vigilance is 4.
Okay.
So it's a TN5.
Is it TN5 or TN4?
No, it's
TN4.
TN4. I was just pulling your leg.
It says right there the TN is equal to the target's vigilance.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna succeed, but I am gonna do something anyways. Let's see here. What is my opportunities list? I believe I'm just double checking it here, but I believe I can spend one opportunity to ask you for one of his advantages or disadvantages, right?
Yeah, learn another characters in the scene's demeanor and current strife.
Demeanor and strife. Okay.
So he's been. I'm gonna say he has some strife on him because he's been talking to people, but it's still early. So I'm gonna say he has 4 strife on him,
Okay.
and his demeanor is shrewd.
Ooh, what does that mean? That is a word that
It
I'm
means
not
it's
too familiar with.
He
it's
is a shrew. He is secretly a small eagle
He's a
kind of creature.
shrew.
I knew the animal. I wasn't sure the
I'm
meaning.
just
You must tame him.
saying.
Is that his skeleton in the closet? Is he into that?
Needs to be tamed.
So he is shrewd. That is his demeanor. What that means is he is a person who like is a little more tactical in social settings. He doesn't jump in right away, but he assesses things before he comes to things, and he's better at like looking through lies and such.
Okay.
What that means mechanically is that when you're on air stance doing things against him, it's a little harder. And when you're on
Okay.
fire stance against him, it's a little easier.
Okay.
Basically,
I'm just
it's
writing that down so I don't forget it.
it's harder to
Got it.
lie to him, but if you like try and overwhelm him with stuff, he can get flustered.
Okay.
Would you like to make your games check against him to see if you win or not?
Sure. Let's go for it.
So-
I still want to ask him some questions between the resolving of the game. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Just if we're rolling it, that's fine. Okay.
So he will be on void stance. I think void stance is the way he wants to take this. And he'll go ahead and do it's a games as a social or a scholar?
I
Social.
think it's
A
social.
social skill? Okay.
Yeah, social.
Just make it difficulty 1 and whoever gets more successes wins.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Holy shit.
Oh, mind you, remember you have the instant success.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all that does is give you however many successes you needed to succeed.
Yes.
It's not going to help you here.
I'll finalize this step. And I'll finalize that step. And hey, you win the
Wow.
match.
Congratulations.
He was playing a
Alright.
friendly game, so he didn't take any of his dice that had strife on them.
I am going.
For the kill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
Look,
like, this is a
I
daimyo, I'm gonna
remember-
win.
Yeah. But so as we're kind of playing, I start to kind of question him a little bit, just idly about like what he thinks about the poetry competition. So what are your thoughts about who's your favorite to win?
Oh, he says, I'm a judge of this competition, so I cannot actually tell you if I cannot have a favorite. I must judge them on their merits of today.
Of course. Well, their poetry aside, what are your thoughts about Kengo being here in the city?
I wish he wasn't. A man like Kengo only brings strife, only brings a bit of chaos. And this city has enough as it is. Kengo can also make this city more of a target just by being here to outside threats. I'd rather him not be here, but this is a celebration for Shozo, and Shozo seems to like him a lot. So as long as Shozo is here in this city, Kengo is welcome as well.
I understand it must be stressful dealing with all the minutia. I noticed a few of the crane walking around with some pink on their kimonos. Have you noticed that recently? Some sort of new fashion trend?
I don't really care about what the new trends are that the crane bring. That sort of thing doesn't interest me at all.
Okay. Let's see here. And hmm. She'll keep going on the other line of discussion then, since he doesn't really seem interested in the talk about the crane. I might come back to that. Actually, maybe I should roll. Can I roll a check to see if he's like telling the truth about that?
Sure.
What
You
kind
can
is
make a
that?
sentiment check.
Does that have to equal his vigilance, or what's
Yeah,
the?
it's gonna get. You gotta get through his vigilance.
Which is 90.
So you do know his demeanor though, and that can help you.
Yeah. Okay. Um, sentiments. Then let me try it on fire.
Okay, how are you? What do you do to go onto fire stance to ferret out his maybe deception, maybe his reluctance?
Okay.
Kick the table
Well,
over.
well, I mean, the sentiment check, it says theorize, so I kind of assumed that it would be just more like Naurin getting a little quiet after that question, and like focusing on her moves, but while she's thinking and trying to like think through what
Okay,
like she knows and kind of piece things together.
okay. So it's gonna be a TN2
Okay.
because you're using fire stance.
Ooh, not enough. Hmm. Okay, you know what? I will fail this, but I'm gonna keep those two opportunities. Um, and this time, since I have those two opportunities, I would like to learn what his disadvantage is, if he
Right.
has one.
Or he has disadvantages.
Everyone has a disadvantage.
His disadvantage is willing compromiser.
Ah,
Hmm.
that's pretty self-explanatory.
He's
Yeah.
willing to compromise.
Okay.
Which obviously means
Alrighty. So then back on the other kind of line of questioning, Naurin asks him, I'm sure you have quite a busy job trying to take care of the city. How well do you think that the other families, the lion, the unicorn, and dragon, are doing taking care of their affairs here? Has anyone been causing you particular amount of trouble lately?
They all cause trouble. Every single one of them. They all think that this is their city. I'm here mainly just to keep the peace. I'm just glad the scorpion to the south never laid claim to this city. Otherwise, it'd be a complete disaster.
She kind of gives him a small smile,
Oh,
like, just trying to show that she isn't necessarily taking offense to that. But it's a pretty flat smile. Her eyes don't like do the thing. It's
No,
just
no
turning
offense, no offense to your clan at all. It's just the more clans that get involved in these things, the more
messier.
desperate. Yeah, the more desperate each clan gets.
I understand. How fares your family in Odo Sanucci?
To tell you the truth, I don't get a lot of messages from my clan in Otosunuchi, which is interesting. We are a family of messengers. But it seems as though more and more duties of the regular Mia are just being taken care of by other people.
Out of character question, just for clarification, the Mia is his family?
Yes, he is Mia Genda.
Right.
Their primary role is Imperial Messengers. They are basically courtiers, but they are
They like
for
to run.
the biggest and most official business. But really, they're just like any other samurai. They, rule over territories. They have samurai. They have bushi and shugenja. They do everything else. They're just known for that one thing.
Okay. And this town is. Our stay here has been rather nice so far, but don't you miss the luxury of the capital? It must be a bit different from the city of the Rich Frog.
Since my predecessor passed on, and I've took up residence here, this job has been very challenging. Should I turn off your mic?
Maybe.
Turn off your mic.
Toast, it's crunchy.
Just remember your mic is off. He says, this job is very challenging, and Otosunuchi is. Well, courts of Otosunuchi can be deadly if you do the wrong thing or take the wrong turn. For the most part, it can be the lap of luxury, just the place where an Imperial can relax the most. And on the one hand, it's very tempting. It's very tempting. But on the other, without these challenges in life, one doesn't grow. One doesn't do anything of particular note or of importance. And here, I am making a difference.
Of course. Okay.
What about you? I like to know the people who are visiting me, and I know a little bit about you, and that you come from crane families married into the scorpion. That has to be quite an adjustment.
Not really. I was with the scorpion for most of my life. It would be more of an adjustment if I had stayed with the crane.
So, you more identify as a scorpion, and have you do you believe in the scorpion ways of doing things? From what I've seen, you're pretty straightforward, though I have a small inkling that this little game of shogi, pardon me, this little game of shogi is more than just a pleasant game.
Well, perhaps it is more than a pleasant game, mainly because I am a rather competitive individual, and I intend to win it.
Well,
But yes, I mainly have some questions about the city and its workings.
Yes.
After all, you must understand, I am trying to get some bearings after a bit of an unpleasant run-in with the Dokugeru. I don't wish to repeat any such incidents, so I'm simply getting the lay of the land.
When it comes to these Dokugeru, I leave things to Kurosobi. He takes care of that, and I take care of the clans.
Hmm. Well, it is certainly very different. Very unique city, very interesting.
I hear you have a
And
very interesting city too in Scorpion Lands, Ryoko Owari, the city of lies.
well,
Have you ever been there? Have you visited that city?
I out of character, I'm not exactly sure.
Ryoko
where
Wari
I've
is
been.
like the pearl of the Scorpion clan. It's their favorite city for the most part. It is a big tourist attraction as well for a lot of other places,
Okay.
for a lot of other people. It has some of the best like food, some of the best geisha houses, some of the best tea houses, but it is known as the City of Lies for a reason. And it is just as deadly to walk into as Ryoko Wari, or sorry, as Otosanuchi.
Okay. Is it safe to say that I've probably been there?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't think so because you have been a hostage most of your life, right? And then after
Mhm.
that, you went back to the Crane clan, and then you got married into the Scorpion, and then they trained you, and then you're here.
Okay.
So when did you have time? Unless your wedding was
I don't know.
Ryoko Owari.
Could have been. Where's her husband from? What is it? What family? Bayushi?
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
Bayushi.
Maybe.
That's why her name is Bayushi now.
Bayushi.
Bayushi.
I have no idea where that family lives specifically.
There's a castle.
Yeah.
They have a
Hidden
castle.
Bayushi.
But yeah, you could have had your wedding ceremony there, or at the castle. So it's up to you whether you've been there or not.
I mean, I don't know that Naurin gives a shit if they went to a fancy city. So I think that is more of a does the husband give a shit if they went to a fancy city? Because Naurin's like, I don't care, we can stay here.
Oh,
We can have it here, we can have it in the backyard, I don't give a shit.
We can have it in the backyard. Just get it done,
Yeah,
okay?
get it done.
I want to be a part of the clan, so you need to hurry up.
But don't put any babies in me.
Yeah.
your
No.
husband does like to be perceived as a little more prestigious than he actually is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then Naurin will say, I have been there once on my wedding day. It was beautiful.
Yes.
I assume very probably a luxury, maybe not as nice as Oda Sanucci, but up there.
I would think that a marriage ceremony in Ryoko Owari would be a very beautiful, lovely affair. And I would be proud to have my wedding ceremony there.
Do I know if he's married or not? I don't know if it's obvious
You
or
haven't
not.
met his wife if he is?
Yeah. I just mean like modern day, you check if someone's wearing a ring or not, and that is a decent indicator, though not always accurate. But I don't know if there's a equivalent
You
here.
have not met Miyagenda's wife nor asked about his wife. And I don't
Well,
think
then I guess it's a good time to ask. Well, I assume he's saying that he's not married, so she'll probably just ask. So you're unmarried?
he says
And she kind of raises an eyebrow.
I am Are you okay there, James?
Yeah, just the sneeze.
He says I was married once. But a deadly disease took my wife. She got sick and died, as people do from time to time. And I miss her greatly, but we all have duties and we must carry on.
Does he seem does he outwardly seem a little bit broken up mentioning that, or?
Yeah, he does. He does indeed. He says, but I do have two wonderful, wonderful kids, wonderful children, and they are today very, very, what can I say? Today, they are just excellent samurai that any father can be proud of.
Do they live here in the City of the Rich Frog, or?
No. No. One lives in crab territory, and he sends messages back and forth from the wall to Odo Sanucci in case of any threats from the Shadowlands that the Emperor needs to know about. And the other, well, she is liaison to the Phoenix Council. They advise her on matters spiritual.
Okay. Just kind of clarification. Being a messenger for the crab, that isn't a super prestigious position, is it?
Depends.
Okay.
Like, from what he said, he is the messenger that tells the Emperor himself what's going on in crab territory.
So decently. And then the other one is the liaison to the Phoenix, which kind of sounds like a biggish deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this, because what I kind of want to have Naurin imply is that it's nice that they get to, like, you know, the Emperor lives in Odo Sanucci, right? Or it's the capital city? Okay. So I kind of want to imply that it's nice that I'm sure that they have very nice like positions and places to live. Kind of much nicer than here. Throwing a little bit of shade on the city. And my goal now is I asked some general questions. Now I kind of want to try to get some strife on this dude. So I'm going to insult his town. Just kind of very underhandedly. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Hello.
On the DM.
What's your stance going to be? What's your approach?
Obviously fire.
All right, TN2. As you go for an insult.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some jabs in there. What kind of check is this?
I'm gonna say it's a courtesy roll.
Okay.
To be discourteous is also courteous.
Yeah.
Have to know the rules before you can break them.
Yeah. And to be discourteous in a subtle way.
Yeah.
Though
I get the impression that you're going for the kind of insult where people are like, was she just mean on purpose? Or
I'm more like trying to compliment the children's positions, but also on the flip side, what am I saying about this city? And I've kind of been building that up a little bit by talking about Odo Sanucci and how lovely it must be there. And like, oh yeah, this city is nice. It's a nice
if
you're
you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
No opportunities, unfortunately. But I am gonna lose 3 strife for my provocation passion, because I just insulted that dude's home city that he runs.
So this is what I'll do. He'll say, "Oh, it appears you have won." Bayushi-san, if you think that perhaps I am missing something here that I should have, please go over to the mansion and tell me what I'm missing.
I don't understand what that means.
Go over to my mansion, look for yourself what I am missing, and then tell me. And he'll bow and say thank you for the match. And he will leave.
Okay. I am kind of dense out of character, and I'm not exactly sure what that means or is supposed to mean. I'm a little confused. Kind of worried he's talking about Kuranagi, though.
Kuranagi, what are you doing? You got some bribe money, I heard.
Yeah, I'm going directly to the castle to go and have a look around.
Okay.
By the way, my character. What time of day is it?
What time of day is it? It
The
is
middle of the day?
like noonish.
Noonish. Okay. I need to get to the castle, and I need to do so without really being noticed
Yes.
as who I am.
The ferries will not take you to the castle right now. It is all closed down unless you are a very special guest and you have very special permission. Like Naren just got.
I did, in fact, just get.
There in-
It's gonna be awkward.
her showing up, like looking around the
Yeah,
place.
it's gonna be like the thing that is missing and that he was talking about, and then whatever the fuck Kuranagi took.
I thought you were going to go around the festival and talk to
So that's
talk
my
to people.
first instinct is to go and talk to people around the festival, try to find out information. The second thing that I really want to do is get into the castle. I didn't realize that the boats aren't going to be ferrying. I thought I might be able to sneak onto a boat and then get my way over there as disguised as a peasant or something, and then get into the castle to do work, quote unquote. But if that's not going to be something that's realistic, then I'll fall back on my first plan, my first instincts, which were let's go around the festival and see if I can find out any information about me and get there.
Okay, what kind of people are you talking to? I'll tell you, there's four kinds of people: the lion, the unicorn, the dragon, and then the Karu and the peasants,
and then miscellaneous.
and then miscellaneous.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is going to talk to who he has just made a big stink with the lion. So the lion, if they know anything, might be in a position where they would be happy to share that information. And Kuranagi didn't necessarily out herself as having been a major player in playing a hand against Kitsu Satoru. So she may still be able to pull off some kind of a negotiation with Lion. So that's probably my first instinct. My second instinct would be to go to the Kieru and Ronin. Because if anybody knows anything and would want to get one over against the governor, it would probably be the Kieru who don't like Isobe. Lastly would probably be somebody who works in the governor's mansion. So maybe any peasants here who are participating in the festival who might be interested in handing over information for some full hard cash. So that's my list. First, targeting a lion.
First, targeting the lion. Okay, what kind of skill are you? Are you making like a courtesy check, a command check, a skullduggery check? Who are you talking to?
With the lion, I'd probably go with courtesy to try to ferret information out.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like they would be. They definitely wouldn't respond well to skullduggery, and they might be more willing to part words in a more formalized kind of way. So, courtesy.
Okay, this is how I'm going to do this. You're going to the lion, right? I'm going to give you a TN3 to find out information, but for each boo you spend in bribes, you can bring that down, the TN down by 1.
I have a total of 5 boo to spend right now. That Naurin gave me. She gave me a Koku. So I want to spend. I'll spend 1 boo to get information
Okay?
to start with.
That's right.
And
For-
then
for-
I will make my.
For people that don't know, there are 10 Zenny in a boo and 5 boo in 1 Koku. And that is the money.
Give me the money. Okay. I will be taking air stance, and I will roll. What else? Yeah, that makes sense. Dealing with lion is kind of rough. Okay. Probably could have got away with this. Finalize that step. Take my stripe.
This is what you're hearing from the lion. Most of the lion, at first, they don't want to talk to you. They're enjoying the festival. They don't want to talk business. You find some lion that are upset at the governor for throwing out Kitsu Satoru. And they're mostly mad because of 2 things. One is Akoma Mitsuo is their guy. And without Kitsu Satoru kind of pushing things around and making things happen, they think there might be a chance somebody else could take the poetry competition. And secondly, they're trying to think of ways, and they're when you talk to them and willing to give them a little money, they're like, maybe the scorpion can help us. And they're trying to think of ways to fund some of the more disreputable Keru and get money to them to cause chaos in the city so it looks bad on Miagenda. So they're willing to just sow a little bit of chaos for their own ends. But maybe in Unicorn or Dragon District, but they're a little less concerned about, they're a little less willing to do things in Dragon District because there's been a lockdown in Dragon District recently, and they have beefed up their security since then. You don't know why, but there's been some sort of big deal with the security in the Dragon territory.
Okay. Good to know. That changes my perspective on who I will try to talk to next, which will be the dragon. Finding out information on what is going on in their district. Why do they feel like they need to beef up security?
Okay.
For this, I think I'm going to stick with courtesy.
Okay.
And maybe I will try being more charming this time. And I will hand out
To water stance?
I don't know how. Yeah, water stance. Because I feel like charm will help gather more information from the dragon than tricking them will. I don't know how well money is going to work in this scenario, but I'm going to still do a boo to them as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be TN4 -1 for every boo you spend.
In 4 to start. Then I'll spend 2 boo.
You'll
And
spend
water
2.
doesn't change anything.
Water won't
Understand.
change it here. No.
So I'd probably be better off just going with air stance, but I'll stick with water.
Okay.
because
Well,
that's what I
I
said.
mean, yeah.
So I said I was going to go on water. I don't want to like flop that.
Yeah,
But,
if you change to air stance, it would change things.
okay. No, water's fine. And then debating whether I should spend a void or not. I have to think.
Oh, and make sure you keep like opportunity to hide your bribery.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah, I
people
had
will know
2
you're
the last
bribing.
time.
I know you had 2 last time, so I was like, oh, those opportunities to make sure that no one knows you're bribing people.
Then I will spend a void, just in case.
Okay.
I am good with secrets and listening. Could I use either of those things to help me? At
Yes, I'll let you do that.
Okay. Then I will re-roll this, and I will re-roll this, and we will see what happens now. Actually, I'm gonna. Going to re-roll this. And then I'll take this, I will take this, I will take this, and that should succeed and give me 1 strife, and I have 2 more opportunities to hide my bribing people.
Okay.
I'm just having a good time with my dragon friends.
So this is what you get. There was some sort of like there were some murders going around.
Oh shit. No. I lost all my notes. No. Okay.
Oh no, there
Murders.
wasn't. Let me rewind that. So basically what happened is like a big Kitsu magistrate came into town and did an investigation that was super quiet, super hush. And they brought somebody in, and then that person just disappeared. The Kitsu went home, and nobody
I'm
heard
sorry,
about.
you meant Kitsuki?
Huh?
Kitsuki, you mean?
Yeah, Kitsuki, yeah, Akitsuki. Thank you. So a Kitsuki investigator came in, did some investigating, brought somebody in, and that person just disappeared. And since that happened, there have been more kind of like soldiers from the dragon and the dragonfly specifically, because this is more like a dragonfly thing. But a Kitsuki came in, got somebody, that person's gone. The Kitsuki left, and a lot more like dragon samurai came in to patrol the area since then. They don't know
Anything else?
why there was an investigation, who was brought in, nothing. Nope, that's it. Like, unless you want to talk or infiltrate like a magistrate's office or anything like that, that's all you can get from these people at the festival. And mainly it's, people who live in the Dragon District who, you talk to some of the Dragonfly and they're just like, we keep things quiet. We we patrol the lands. There's a mafia running around, and then like some of the peasants that live there, like someone's like, yeah, it was a Mahosukai, and another person's like, no, it was a possessed person, and another person's like, it was a spy from beyond the borders who was blending in, or it was a ninja, or like everybody's saying something different. But they don't know. They think that the culprit like disappeared in the night through magic, and that the magistrate has moved on following this person. But they're afraid that there's more of this person's like cohorts in the city, just slinking through the shadows, or whoever this person touched is now corrupted by them, or things of that nature. You know?
Yeah. I am afraid I'm going to have to go deeper now. Okay, so real quick, I lost my notes for the line. It was that they didn't think Mitsuo would be able to win without Satoru, and that they are willing to try to find ways to fund disruptive efforts in other parts of the town to get one over on Miyagenda. Those were the two things I got, right?
Yep.
And then the dragon, it's the magistrate, came to do an investigation on the down low, brought someone in to help, and that person disappeared. And since then, everybody's been speculating as to why, and more soldiers have been brought in to protect the area. Last people, I'm assuming, I don't want to like take up a huge amount of time doing this stuff, but last people I'm going to try to go to are the Heru, the like Ronin and peasant in the city, to try to get information to see if they have anything on Miyagenda. Again, trying to focus down on Miyagenda as best I can.
Okay. You've taken up a lot of time, like carousing and talking to people. I'm going to move time a little forward to, around that time. We'll do that. We'll do around there. Naren, you're done with your match with Miyagenda. You're kind of looking for Shishiro Kurenagi. Sora and Daisuke and Youngso are having fun doing whatever they're doing at the festival. When you hear a scream.
Uh-oh.
And
coming from where?
Atomo Ayumi runs
Ayuri?
out. Or Ayuri.
Is this
yes.
specifically Nalrin hears her?
Everybody can hear her.
Okay. I just don't know how big the festival is and how close we are.
What's her name? Ayuri, yes. So everybody hears a scream, and Atomo Ayuri runs out as pale as a ghost.
Which is to say, looking normal.
Paler than a ghost. She's like going translucent. Oh shit, still no.
And she sees everybody look at her, and she says, "Sorry, I saw a spider." And then she'll kind of get real quiet.
As me and
small.
Nowrin both narrow our eyes, like
Get real small. And kind of walk through the crowd, and the crowd just kind of starts talking to each other, and what was that about? I don't know. And
Naren gets up since her game is over anyways, and kind of slowly heads through the crowd to catch up with her.
Yeah, I look at Nowrin and I'm like, we need to talk to her. Something is going on.
Okay. You guys,
So I don't necessarily feel like I need to talk to her, but like maybe I'll keep an eye on her and see if she's okay or if there's anyone following her.
I'm kind of curious as to how big that spider was, so it's kind of going over and looking in where she just ran out of.
okay. Go make an investigation check there.
Yeah, actually, checking on the spider sounds like a good idea to me.
What would an investigation check be in this case? What skill would apply?
Yeah, what do you... So you go back down and there is a bunch of like... So you see all this mess of houses? Let me show it to everybody on the screen here. So there's next to... There we go. Next to the fairgrounds, there's this whole mess of houses kind of built up on each other, and there are little alleyways and such. So you're going to have to make some sort of check to figure out kind of where she came from.
Oh, so she didn't just like bust out of a building?
No. She came through these alleys.
Okay.
Let me think here. Sentiment might work,
Nope.
and skullduggery or survival are the other I can think of.
Skullduggery or survival sound reasonable to me.
So I'll tell you what actually I believe where's the book? Book. Give me one moment, guys.
Ice K, I think, will also include himself in this investigation. He's going to feign, concern, saying, "Oh my, I wonder what's going on." But gotta play it for the crowd.
Naren isn't really investigating. She's more just heading toward her, trying to catch up to her.
You can use aesthetics to understand how these things fit together. Or you can use survival to physically try and track her.
Seriously?
Hold on, survival or what?
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics.
Well, I can use aesthetics
And
Yeah,
I'll
you
use
say
survival.
and, try to figure out, I guess, what's out of place. Is that what you mean?
I'll use earth to produce results.
Yeah. Sure, you can use earth survival. Hold on, let me see. Yeah.
Could I use it as a scholar skill?
Yeah,
like
use
analyze?
use survival as a scholar skill.
I was gonna say, can I use aesthetics as a scholar skill?
Yeah.
I mean, we're basically using our brains for
Exactly.
it.
This is going to be the scholarly
Okay.
uses of these skills.
Okay, in
Alright.
that case, I'll use void for sensing.
Oh, that's good. I
I'll
like
use fire to theorize where she may have been.
And I'll analyze.
it. Okay. Let's see here. It's going to be TN2 for James. It's going to be TN3 for the other two.
Hey, Tarek, do you have survival before I roll this?
I do not.
Okay, then I can't use our bond to reduce any strife that I
Since
get
Moshi
from it.
Fortunately,
Sora
we're
is
not
using
using it.
aesthetics, maybe we can do a skill assist for each other, like combine our heads together for this.
Oh,
As
you two
assistants.
might. I'm just going from curiosity and just going, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not patient enough for you to catch up to make the offer.
Would you
Sora.
like to assist me in my assumptions about what may have happened?
Of course, it's better to use two heads than one to figure out what's going on.
Okay, then Matt, you don't make a roll. You're assisting.
Ah, all right.
Okay, and I'm gonna spend a void point. Well, that's a lot of opportunities.
First, we'll do opportunity. James, what do you spend an opportunity on?
I think I'm going to go ahead and cancel that strife.
Okay. Crystal, what do you want to spend opportunity on?
Let me see. Opportunities for fire rings. Ooh. You know what? I want to notice something missing or out of place in the vicinity that's not directly related to the task.
Interesting. Missing or out of place. That's not directly related to the task. How can I do this? What can I say? I don't quite know. You know what? I'm going to let you catch a glimpse. So from the corner of your eye, in the crowd, you catch a glimpse of Numachiko kind of gliding through and disappearing into the crowd.
Okay.
And that's the spotted frog samurai. I
Yeah.
assume. Ah.
So, James, you kind of reach out and you see a Yuri's aura and kind of follow that back through. You're like, I sense her. I understand. No, that's her perfume. I'm smelling her perfume. She went that way. She went. It's like, I know her on an intimate, deep level, a spiritual level, because I know her perfume, and I'm creepy like
I know
that.
her perfume. I know her poetry.
And,
It smells a little off.
There's a bit of stress in that smell. It's sour. Ugh.
So Moshi Sora and Doji Daisuke, you're like, well, if I was moving through here and I was scared, this would be the most direct route I would take back to the festival. If I just follow this way, it's probably the way she went. And you do that, and you both kind of wind up in the same place.
Me looking a little bit like a horse sniffing the air for water.
And we're going to pause you guys right there as Naren and Shosuro Kuranagi walk up to this girl as she gets in line at a kiosk selling drinks. Cannot hear you. Cannot
She
hear you.
needs a great big flask of
Yuri
sake.
or Ayumi is what she was asking.
Go
Can
ahead.
you hear us now?
It's a
Yes.
Yuri.
Was it a Yumi or a Yuri? Because you
It's-
keep tripping me up.
I keep
Ayuri.
saying it's
Ayuri.
Ayuri. So Ayuri, Atomo Ayuri, walks on over after she makes her big scene. She walks on over to a kiosk and gets in line for a drink.
She
And
like
once she gets to the front, she goes, "Give me all the drinks, please."
she like looks her over. Do I see any spiders on her?
No.
You are very lacking in spiders.
She says, oh no, I saw one over there. It was very
Oh,
big.
trust me, I'm scared of spiders too. They are disgusting, and I had them all over me the other day, and it was horrifying.
She let out a very different scream, though. What's going on?
Yeah, okay, might have been a lot louder, and shriller, or filled with dread.
What's going
What
on?
happened?
I don't think I understand. I told you what's going on.
I think something
I
happened.
told you that I would help you if you needed it. I can't force you to take my
Oh,
assistance.
you are
But I
helping
will
me.
not be in town.
You're helping
much
me. That's what you're doing. So
Yes.
you're the one behind it all.
Behind what?
Don't act like you don't know.
I do not know. Please
Can I do a
enlighten me.
sentiment check?
I have been playing a game with the governor this entire festival. And this is the first time I'm seeing you.
So you said you wanted to help me.
Yes.
Right. Then who killed the two people following me?
That was not me.
I maybe should. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Don't-
Kuranagi, why don't you go check on
Don't
that?
talk too loudly. We don't want to disrupt the festival.
Oh no, it is a very fine festival indeed, and I
So-
don't think we could ever detract from it.
You had. Now Ren, like, readjusts her face mask and lowers her voice and says, "So you were being followed, and now you are not being followed anymore because somebody killed them."
I was trying to lose them. Like I said, they're after me.
What did they look like?
They being Daisuke.
What did they look like? They were,
Oops.
they were Keru, probably hired by the people that are controlling everything.
Did they have any sort of spots on their kimono?
I think so. I think they had spots on their kimono.
They did they?
That sounds a lot like the Dokugeru. I don't know why they would be following you.
I'd like to know too. And I thought maybe you killed them because you were looking out for me. You said you'd be my guardian angel, and yet, when there were thugs, mafia members, following me, you were nowhere to be seen.
Well, perhaps you should have told me what was going on and I could have done a better job.
How
Perhaps
could I
now
have
and
trusted
didn't
you?
do it, but-
I don't even know if those people were sent by you. Now that I know you didn't kill them, maybe you were the one who sent them after me.
That is an overly complex plot. I have little interest in this, but if you would like me to, I can go and investigate this for you. Or if you wish me to simply leave you be,
How about you stay with Otomo Yuri and make sure that she is safe and calm, and I'll go take a look.
I am very good at doing those things, at least the safe part.
Okay.
Don't worry, Otomo-san. You'll be in good hands.
Oh, yes, mine.
She gets to the front of the line, puts down her money and grabs her drink, and she says another one.
I start heading back
I
in the
need
direction.
two.
This is her drinking.
Looking straight
Um,
at you.
Back to the three in between the houses. You guys see a pool of blood coming around like a big shed, and you look to the other side, and Daisuke, you recognize the two men you hired to follow Otomo Iyuri.
Oh no. Man, I was not hoping that this was going to lead to their deaths or anything. And this is just me speaking as the player. I was just hoping, just nothing too crazy. But oh, this went south real quick. Oh no.
I mean,
So basically, Daisuke says, "Oh, oh dear. Uh, I don't understand. Perhaps they fell back into the life of crime. What are they doing?
well, they appear to be Dokugeru. I'm assuming we can tell from their outfits because they're spotted.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
trying to set me up, and I don't appreciate that.
Like I'm not setting you up at all. Like you just accidentally got involved with the Tomo Ayuri earlier. It's like, like Daisuke doesn't even know you have any involvement with her.
But I know you do
Wait.
now. My husband is useful.
Oh,
I-
hush your butt.
I was about to
I look
say
at-
he did
at,
warn us.
Daisuke and Sora and say, I've promised not to get involved in their business, so I'm going to go back to the festival. If you wish to continue investigating, feel free.
I'm curious, but I think we've already stuck our noses too much into Dokugeru business. Although, you might be interested to know I did see Numachiko out of the corner of my eye as we were coming back here.
Yes.
She's probably involved, but she seems to be one of the higher-ups anyway.
Then it may have been an internal discipline issue thing, so... But either way, I promised to not mess with their dealings, so... I'm leaving.
So does anybody, the two that remain behind, are you going to investigate the bodies at all?
I will.
No.
So,
as a crane,
as-
like it's just.
Hold on. As the unicorn walks out, the scorpion is passing you. Tarek, James, you pass each other. Would you like to talk to each other for a second?
What happened?
I'm
There
going to
are-
check if I can tell if they're, like, dead.
Okay.
There are Dokugeru bodies back there.
Dokugeru. Why would they? Wait
You were there.
a second. Was this Daisuke's doing?
No, he arrived behind Moshi Sora.
Well, no, I don't mean they
The
killed
three of us came here together.
No, you're not. You two aren't there. They're
yeah,
passing
you're
each
not
other.
Oh, okay, they're...
No.
Yeah.
He's a ways
I lean
off.
I run across
lean in-
Kuranagi
I
halfway
lean
back
in
to the festival.
toward Ide Youngso and go, remember at the stables, he was trying to hire those Dokugeru?
Hmm.
Do you think he might have been dumb enough to hire them to tail an Imperial?
Maybe. But in that case, I think maybe
But
they
if
took
that's
care of
the
it
case-
themselves.
Then who would have gone after the Dokugeru here? Did you check around? Did you see anything up top?
Moshi Sora saw that enforcer of the Dokugeru.
Here?
Saw her in the area.
I'm going to suggest that Daisuke and Sora get somewhere safe and visible in a crowd. And I suggest you do too.
That's what I was already planning.
Good job. I'm going to go investigate.
Good
Sora,
luck.
I'm not gonna go somewhere safe.
Sora, you're going to check their bodies to see if they're alive. The first thing you find is a folded piece of paper with a crane stamp on it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! I don't remember writing something like that.
No, but your your servant might have.
And you're, but there's also the aspect of you're not the only crane in town.
Yeah.
Just a crane stamp.
So it's just like out there on the ground.
No, it's like on top of them, kind of laying there.
Oh,
you didn't
okay.
notice it at first because it's kind of tucked into one of their kimonos so it wouldn't fly away.
Okay.
But it's definitely there for someone to pick up and find and take.
Yeah. I'll pocket it.
You pull it out. It's a loose piece of
Now you're
paper. You
gonna
can
say
unfold it.
anything to me?
I think it's more important to see whether these guys are still alive and savable first.
Okay, they are totally
Alright.
dead, killed by katana strikes.
Okay, they're totally dead.
Ooh, Katana Strike says a lot, though.
Oh,
So,
darn, that's
yes,
awful.
I
So
unfold the paper.
Okay, she has a piece of paper with a crane stamp on it that she is
Oh.
unfolding.
Can I walk up exactly at that moment?
Sure.
yeah, no time for me to hide it, huh?
It says, the Keru always get the job done, even if it kills them.
Whew.
Ooh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, how do you like that?
So, the stamp, you can now understand that stamp on the outside is to whom it's addressed to.
Oh, yikes.
I think you killed these guys by proxy when you hired them.
Mm. It was
So-
never meant to go that bad. Oh.
Doji-san,
Hmm.
Moshi-san.
Yes.
Uranagi,
Looks
how
like
are you doing?
are in a bit of a pickle.
You could say so.
So,
Did you kill?
no, not at all. We
Are you
found
sure?
them like this. We did glimpse that Dokugeru Nuochiko lady that we saw over at the governor's palace, though. She perhaps might be the one who struck them down.
Did she have
This,
blood all over herself?
As a katana
Oh,
splash.
I couldn't say. I only saw her from the corner of my eye as we were turning around into the alleys.
Huh. Did you see anybody else around? Look up. How
I mean, she
close-
was just generally in the festival area,
She looked like she was having fun?
just walking past.
Smile? No smile?
I don't know. I saw her from the corner of my eye. How well do you
Oh.
see out of the corner of your eye?
Not good. I
Glasses.
have glasses.
Well, whatever may
Um,
have caused this is absolutely dreadful. Perhaps we
It
should
is.
make ourselves scarce.
Why does it have a little crane mon on it?
Hmm.
The paper that you picked up off the body.
The
Um,
look of it to send a message.
To who, I wonder?
to
I haven't
or
the
from
slightest
the
idea.
crane.
You see, there was a warning that me and Bayushi Naorin got earlier today, saying that someone knew about some stuff that you were trying to get done in the city. And that we should be worried and not associated.
Ah,
Is it
And
possible
perhaps-
that you made some friends or some enemies recently?
well, trying to give people opportunities to move up in life. Perhaps.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
They moved
That's
6
against
feet
the
under.
mandate of heaven. After all, we're all here at the bequest of heaven, right?
One could only assume, yes.
Well, perhaps if you want to stay away from heaven a little while longer, You should go out and meet with Naurin and Ida Yungsu somewhere public where no one can help but see that you're there and safe and smiling.
You just put him in danger by asking him to go next to Naurin.
Yeah, but that's probably a bonkitude and less of a throat slititude.
That's true. The throat slititude is definitely the biggest concern right now.
Yeah.
And it probably won't come from Naurin.
Moshi-san, you have a very keen eye for, well, like medicine and not being dead, right?
I suppose.
Maybe we could work on trying to find out what happened here.
Oh,
For old time's sake.
maybe. They've clearly been killed by katana strikes.
Oh.
Although, without a good look around, I couldn't say anything more.
Oh,
I looked
in the-
around.
Except that they're dead.
their wounds are on their back.
Oh, so somebody like struck him down from behind. Does it look like there was a conflict here? Like, if I look around, does it look like footprints or like anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're footprints.
Like, and then swooshes. Like, was there a fight between these guys and they ran, or was there just like a quick? They just fell to their death.
I
Like what they were saying.
make
You probably
a
make us
survival
roll
check,
for
yeah.
this. Yes.
Survival? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I would try to do a check for this. Would survival work or martial arts melee, perhaps?
Martial arts melee. I could do a martial arts melee check with a scholar.
Scholarly approach.
Yeah, scholarly approach.
I will
let
be
me
analyzing
assist
the
you
area.
with that.
Assistance. Cool.
Assistance.
I will take assistance for sure. Difficulty. You want me to?
I'm gonna say this is a difficulty 3 because it's pretty hard. This is harder than most things. It's in the city, and you know.
There. Okay. And go. I have really good hearing. That's not gonna help. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Okay.
Let's see. If you can't figure out what's going on,
Yeah, here's what I got. I don't know why it's letting me keep so many dice. Oh, wait, I can keep more dice than that, right? I can keep all of these dice. Why can't I keep the dice?
I don't know. What dice did you want to keep? Just tell me the dice. Maybe I can keep them for you.
All the dice with things on them.
All the dice with things on them.
Thanks.
Well, you
There
did
we
it
go.
somehow.
It worked. I don't know what happened, but
I'll apply the strife.
I get to keep 4. Yep.
Okay. So, what you spending your opportunity on since you failed the roll?
I will spend my opportunity to. I think I can use it to. If you fail, determine the easiest way to accomplish your task you were attempting.
So, this is hard because you can't really attempt this task multiple times or anything like that.
Okay. If that's the case, if I can't attempt it again to try to figure out, the information, then what I will do is spend both opportunity to give assistance for another person to figure it out.
Okay.
Could I possibly commune with spirits, say using Void to see if there are any ghosts in the area that could tell us what happened?
Sure.
That's a good idea, and I will give you the assistance to do that. Because I also have the ritual commune with spirits, and I just spent 2 opportunities to assist somebody trying to figure out the same information. So, I have assistance.
Okay, so I get assistance.
This is a downtime activity, though. So this is you're gonna spend a bunch of time. setting
Yeah,
up,
like how much time would I need to use?
10 minutes.
Oh, just 10 minutes? Yeah. That's what I thought.
In that case, as I do this, I look at Doji Daisuke and say, go tell Bayushi Naren what you saw here. Quickly.
Certainly.
And be subtle about it.
Mm-hmm. So, Corey, can I do a fitness check to move a little quickly? Or, like, make sure that I'm, like, out of
Oh,
there.
you don't need to. You can just run. It's fine. I'll let you run out of there.
Okay, TN1.
As, like, Daisuke, like, hefts himself. It's like,
Heavy breathing, sweat pouring down.
I should
Okay,
down
what
those buggers.
what is Youngsu doing at the festival?
What was that?
What is Youngsu doing at the festival?
At this point, just he's back amongst the stalls trying to find some sake because he needs a drink.
Right, you go get a drink.
Does that put him where we are?
Yeah, actually, that's the closest place to get a drink. And you see Naren and Otomo Ayuri. Otomo Ayuri has a sake cup, and she's taking sips of her sake cup, like
hand.
giving evil eyes at Naren as she's just, accompanying her. It's weird that they're hanging out together, and there's like this venom coming off of Ayuri towards Naren, and Naren seems nonplussed about the entire situation. And
Oh.
you can approach them.
While Yuri's double fisting those sake cups because she bought 2.
Yeah.
I have my drink, and then it's one of those that Youngso has kind of a crush on Ayuri, so he doesn't want to approach while she's upset. So he's just kind of nearby for right now.
Okay.
Or you could do the new team favorite and throw Naren under the bus so that, she likes you better.
That's not the new team favorite. That happened
I'm
once.
I'm just joking.
Daisuke, after a little bit, returns to the festival. What is Daisuke doing? Where are you going? You run out, and then you're in the festival, and then you're like, and you start walking like I'm a courtier again.
It's like nice and coolly, and just making sure he doesn't seem very plussed about what happened in the back alleys. At this point in time, I think it might be safer to, let's see, either look for my group or try to see if I could find Hirohito and see where this entire mess has.
I'll let you find either of them. Whichever ones you want to find, I'll let you find them.
All right. But logically speaking, it might be a good idea to meet with Hirohito privately at the hotel, so that way it doesn't really give away like what's been going on. So I am going to go meet with the rest of the group now, to perhaps get myself.
How would you know how to meet with Hirohito back at the hotel if he doesn't know to meet you at the hotel?
Because that's where we would regroup, like by the end of the evening.
Okay. Have you ever seen Hirohito or Hiderihito at the Ryokan?
At the Ryokan, I mean, like that's where we're bedded down, and that's where I also gave him his instructions too. So
Oh no, your
I'm
your
going to run-
servant. Your servant. You're
Yeah,
looking for your
my servant.
Yeah, okay. Your servant. Okay.
Are they both named that?
No.
Hirohito.
Hirohito is his
Hidehito is
guy.
Naren's husband.
Hiderihito is your husband.
And I was
Got
like,
it. That's why I got confused for a second. Okay.
Okay,
We're
I'm
good.
sorry for the confusion.
So you go.
But yeah, my servant, like, I would expect to meet with him over at the Ryokan, because if I try to look for him at the festival grounds, that could mark him as a target, and if any of the Dokugeru, see me talking with him, that might raise
Sure.
an eyebrow and make them think, oh, wait a minute, he just came back from the scene of the crime and he's already talking with his co-conspirator.
I get it. I get it. So at the sake bar, you see Otomo Yuri fuming, staring at Naren, wondering when she's going to leave, with two sake cups. You think one is Naren's sake cup, but no, they're both Ayuri's. And then, like, 3 seats down is Yungsu.
So as I pass by, just kind of like patting some of the sweat with my handkerchief or like whatever cloth I have in hand. It's like, hey, now, napkin. Oh, come on, you didn't get the joke, Sasha.
I am in a foul mood. You may be the cause of my foul mood. I suggest you not press it further until I discover if you are the cause of my foul mood or not.
Ayuri says, "Why would he be the cause of all of this?" And she
not
looks
say
over at the doji.
I haven't the slightest clue what she could mean.
She likes blaming Doji a lot for a lot of things.
Including the things that he fucks up about.
Well, she was the one who left the crane, but she
And
seems
from
to
what
want
I've
to
seen-
blame me for everything. Oh.
And from what I've seen, at least half the time, she's right.
Oh, boo. Bartender, I'll go ahead and get myself a drink, too.
Say 70-30.
I presume you have come from the same direction that Kuronagi ran off to, so I believe you are aware
Yes,
of what has happened.
it's quite a dreadful scene back there.
She looks at Youngsu. What are you doing?
Maybe
Throwing gang signs?
Ayuri
3
speaks
fingers for 3 bodies
Maybe-
and a slice across to signify that they were cut down.
Was
Maybe
it
a festival isn't a great place to talk about spiders. And she drinks.
Yes,
Yes.
spiders are quite dreadful.
And
Wouldn't
how
want them in
many?
your kimono?
And how many spiders exactly were there?
An arm.
A complete armada. It was a large pile of them. Joking aside, 2.
Yeah, I was wondering why Youngsu was saying 3.
Error on my part as player.
There were 2, right?
Yes.
'Cause she said there were 2 people following her. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
then I only held up 2 fingers and did the...
Okay. Gotcha. Otherwise, that's a lot more confusing. Aaron lets out a bit of a sigh. Where are Kuronagi and Sora?
They're still looking over the spiders. Seeing what they could pick up from what happened.
And were these spiders spotted?
Yes. Which is rather unfortunate.
Lots
Yes.
of red on them, too.
Rather.
Daisuke continues sipping at his sake nervously.
Now, like while Yuri's busy eyeing Naorin like looks at Daisuke like very intently for like 30 seconds and then does not look at him again the entire time they are together. Like she's giving him the "I know what you did" face.
Ah. Oh, and he's not happy about it, but he knows that this is way on him, and he's trying to think, what the hell am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do? This is not supposed to be supposed to be what was happening.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the communers.
The communers.
Okay, you are trying to pick up ghosts. I think you got enough successes to do such a thing.
Yes, I only need one success. It's opportunities if I want to do extra stuff. So, I decided that I would like to... Okay, that's not the right one. I want to get some spiritual knowledge to learn about the area. Basically, hoping that I can have the spirits tell me what happened to these guys.
Okay. You're doing void, so that's like ghosts and stuff like that, and not elemental spirits.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is these two just died, so maybe their ghosts are still here.
Yeah, we can say that. One of their ghosts are still here. And he appears before you, but he looks like gaunt. And he has like no eyes in his head. And he says, "What do you want?"
I would like to know what happened to you and your companion here. Can you tell me who did this or how it happened?
We died. We died. Doji Daisuke killed us because of his honor.
That's a pretty ringing indictment.
Looks like I'm gonna have to make a new character sheet soon.
Bring Doji Daisuke to me.
He was here a minute ago. I don't know how I can get him to you.
Bring him to me. Bring him to me. He'll reach out and try to attack you.
Yeah, I'm stepping back and breaking my communication.
Kuronagi
All right.
in to like try to absorb it.
Y'all, Moshi Sora like dispels the commune and he kind of disappears.
Well, that was rather eventful.
I don't know how Daisuke did this. He was with me when it must have happened.
Yeah, no, he set this into motion, for sure. Unfortunate, truly. Well, I assume he's going to be haunted now. Both in his conscience and by this very angry Ronin.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah, it's tragic. So what are you doing later? Want to like grab a drink sometime, or maybe get dinner?
Are you flirting over a corpse? Over two corpses? That is the like gayest thing I've ever heard of.
I mean, we don't have to do it now. I know that this takes precedence, but I'm just saying. You could.
Like, I more interpret it as like, well, we just saw something horrifying, and an associate of ours has been implicated. Care to grab a drink? I want to drown all my sorrows and nervousness.
Maybe
That's how
we
I
should
saw it as.
go get a drink.
Oh no, it's gay.
Just so you know, though, I am meeting with Kakita Morishita later on. He, really wants to wrestle, and hopefully he can give me some information about the pink cranes.
Wrestle.
Yes, he wants to wrestle.
Variety of it. Well, give him a good whopping for me.
I'll
I'll
do
give
my
him straight
best,
on the head.
but I have a feeling that he's much more skilled. He said he would give me some pointers.
Well, that just seems rather rude of him. I would believe in your skill at unarmed combat and ability to toss him 3 times his body length out of a ring.
We shall
Just
see.
use all that fire inside of you, that passion, those muscles. I should get going. You go find the rest of the group. Let them know what we discovered, and I will see if I can find this Dokikaru lady. Maybe there's more information to be gathered.
Be careful. We
I'm
basically
here.
promised not to get too involved, and here are 2 dead men.
Well, yeah, but from the sounds of it, she, was trying to send a message to somebody about getting too involved.
Yes, and after hearing what that one had to say, maybe it was not addressed from a crane, but to a crane.
Oh, yes. It is definitely being sent to a crane, but I think somebody else has gotten the message for him, unfortunately, and maybe believing that it's supposed to be coming for her. Otomo Ayuri, I think, believed that she was about to be assassinated, and I don't think that was the case. So, yeah, maybe we should try to calm her down first. And maybe calm down everybody's worries, because this is a festival and a time for happiness.
Yes, let's try not to worry anybody else.
All right.
I'll
And if
see
we
you
get the
later.
chance, we'll get Doji Daisuke to buy us all food later.
Oh, yes, I think he owes us.
Okay. Be
At-
safe.
At this
Fair
point, I
enough.
want to use my bond to message Kuranagi and say, babysitting sucks. Governor's mansion.
So, Otomo Yuri, when she's done with her drinks, will get up and just start walking away from all of you.
I'm done with this. That's fair. Or I guess, yeah, we can both go back to the rest of the group.
Before she gets, more than a few steps away, Naren says, I can't uphold my promise if you don't let me. Come and find me if you need me, but don't expect me to hover if I'm not wanted. And she stays sitting.
She turns around and says, whatever this is that you're doing, I don't want any part of it. Stop following me. Stop having people follow me. Stop killing the people that are following me. Stop whatever this is. Tell your masters that I'm not worth it. And she turns around and runs off.
Naren turns her head slowly to look at Doji Daisuke, and there is a very intense frustration in her face that he has not seen the entire time
With malice aforethought.
that they have been in this city together.
And this tiny guy in the background
And
came up like he was
Daisuke,
going to
instead
say
of
something
sipping-
to her as she ran off. It just has the, oh, damn, she ran away look on his face.
And then Daisuke, instead of sipping from his little cup, he takes the bottle and drinks a little more from it. He's like, "Oh God, I am internally." He's thinking, "Oh God, I have made a larger mess than I intended to make. This is crud."
Look,
And Naorin, while looking at Daisuke, says, "You can thank someone in specific for that," in response to Youngsu.
I'm just gonna put this out here, guys. Just so you know, I gave out a warning to 3 party members, then specifically had you all meet back up to exchange information. I literally said you can meet back up and exchange information, and instead you all got distracted by spicy buzz and never told Daisuke anything about
Daisuke
the
could have said
warning.
something to the rest of us, like about what he was
this
doing.
was supposed to be a private crane matter, like this.
Let's just
Well,
say
then
it
it's
didn't
gonna
stay
stay a private.
It didn't stay private.
So you can be mad at Daisuke, sure, but you
is
knew, you knew
but we did nothing to stop it.
beforehand and did nothing about it.
Not really. We knew that we got a vague, kind of cryptic warning about him messing with the Dokugeru that could have been interpreted as when we saw him talking to them, but we don't know anything about, like, what he said, except that he was trying to, like, he was considering
He did
giving
do
them
most of it.
jobs.
Yeah, he did do most of it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. You didn't understand the specifics of it. The people you talked to said to pass that warning on to him, and nobody did it.
They also gave it to 2 Scorpion who don't really like him, and then Youngsu.
And Yungsu, yes.
Who was distracted by spicy
Daisuke
booze.
was willing to uphold his end of the deal by making them his servants and bringing them to Crane Land.
Yeah, I know.
This went sideways so badly for him, though. It's like, oh man,
I mean,
I have no
it's
idea
as
what
if
to do for him.
it's as if poaching, headhunting mafia members is a bad thing.
Could go south really quickly.
So now Rinna kind of like turns her head away and stares off at the distance, waiting for Kuranagi to come back, looking like she really wants to leave now, but is waiting for her.
Yeah. Kuranagi will come back with Moshi Sora. Hey,
Kuranagi, ask me how I'm feeling.
I can kind of see it on your face.
Can you?
I'm just surprised that I can't also see it on the Doji's face.
Like he gives like a sideways glance to Kuranagi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. I apologize.
None taken.
I was just rather surprised by what I encountered on my walkabout today.
Well, so am I. I am interested in what you'll have to tell me, but I think for now we should be heading off. I've gotten an invite to a specific location that I'm eager to. Well, I'm very eager to go most places other than here right now. So let us go, and I'll fill you in on the way.
Sounds great. I like walking. Especially with destinations in mind. Okay, bye!
Okay.
I turn toward the rest of the group, especially Moshi Sora, and I just like to her as I
As you two head off to the governor's mansion, Kikita Morishita appears
Wow.
without his charge. Moshi-san.
Levity.
Ah, Kakita-san.
Hi.
Oh,
Sakura-san. Sakurako-san. She's safe now, and I got my own time.
So, time for that wrestling lesson?
Yeah.
Okay, where should we go?
Right over there, they're doing the sumai competitions and exhibitions.
Oh, I don't know that I'm ready for that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to
let's
see
not do it in
Ide-san
public.
and
Yeah,
Moshi-san do a wrestling.
let's go back to the Ryokan. We can do it,
We do a private.
said over there, and he like pointed that he was going to be pointing at like some bushes or something.
We're gonna do it behind the tree.
That sounds like a better idea than, showing everyone how little I know about Sumai on my first try.
I want to believe that you and the Ide are secretly really good at this, or like Doji Daisuke, all three of y'all go and like actually have a really good showing at the Sumo competition.
I'll leave the
Okay.
No,
area.
only me and no. He came up to y'all, all three of y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all are all three standing right there.
So,
while me and Yula.
Moshi Sora and Kakita Morishita head off to the Ryokan. That leaves the two of you, the unicorn and the crane.
Oh, by the way, Corey,
Yes.
for those 2 opportunities that I had on my last roll, I used one of them for reducing strife and the other I can reduce the TN of my next check by 1 if it uses my chosen ring other than void. I'm gonna say fire.
Okay. Make a note of that so you know next game because we're about to wrap up here.
Yep.
Unicorn, crane, what are your plans?
Daisuke will probably ask Youngso, my friend, you wouldn't happen to know about cleaning up personal messes, would you? That would be like the one
kind of personal messes?
question I would linger on, and then fate to
And the response would just be a simple, depends upon the kind of mess you're referring to.
Why would you ask that? Obviously.
Because
He's just trying to
if
give him a
he's
little bit of
asking about
strife.
the bodies, I ain't touching them. I ain't doing anything with it.
A best friend will help you move the bodies.
So Daisuke will ask if he can perhaps speak with Youngso privately, like at least to kind of get himself out of the mess that he's in. Not dealing with the bodies or anything, just more like, I tangled myself in a web of BS that I was not expecting, and I need to untangle myself out of this before I make it worse, not only for myself, but for my clan.
I can at least listen, and maybe talking to me will help you find your own way out.
All right. So this is like, the overall summarization of what the dialogue would be. So
Get somewhere private,
Yeah, y'all go somewhere y'all can talk.
and I end up holding a finger up initially, and when we walk in, as I do a quick walk around to make sure there's nobody eavesdropping.
Yep.
And then once I'm assured of that, gesture to go ahead.
So it seems trying to give those from a lower class an opportunity to start fresh and go to another clan that would give them a more robust lifestyle, working for the crane, seems to have gone upside its head. And I have no idea what to do about it.
I can point out one error. You tried to keep them for yourself. If you had just given them a letter and sent them off to Crane Lands, but you tried to expand.
Yes.
That is where the main fault you have is. As for fixing things, I don't know what your goals were, what you were attempting to do, or how to even begin to approach them.
For that, I will only leave it as a very horrendously convoluted way of trying to hire someone into the ranks of the Crane. And, in hindsight, perhaps I was not the right person for the job. Like, as Daisuke says with a bit of, like, bitterness, realizing just how poorly he performed his task.
All right. With
Of the 5 of us, I know you the least. Moshisora, the next least. To be perfectly honest, I really only know Kuranagi well.
Well, I do apologize for not being more involved with the group. You were pleasant company while traveling, and I should have been a little more forward in being more social with all of you. But I did feel a little bit of chafing with Naurin around. I'm sure you would understand. Considering that at one point, now I'm now quickly going out of character. We did agree that Naurin and Daisuke were supposed to be betrothed at one point, right? Okay, so going back as Daisuke, you know, with Naurin at one point being my betrothed until she was held hostage by the crane. No, excuse me, not by the crane, by the scorpion. And then once she was brought back to Cranelands, she wanted to go back into their claws as one of the Scorpion clan members. So, well, a little bit of bitter feelings between the both of us, to say the least. So,
It might
you
please
both
to
got
know she
along
treats
so
her
well.
husband
So,
the same.
Hmm?
It might please you to know she treats her husband the same.
I sort of picked up on that, but I feel sorry for the poor fool. But then again, he probably knows how to handle her better than I could.
He seems to
Best I
mostly
could do
leave
is
her
keep her
alone.
at arm's length. What?
I said he mostly seems to leave her alone unless they need something from each other.
all right.
Oh well.
I'm gonna leave that there, guys. With
With a
Doji
nice
Dice.
heart-to-heart between two members that didn't talk
I mean,
much.
is
It's
it a
like
heart to
campaign.
heart? You're not telling them everything. You're obviously
Hey.
not telling them everything.
If you want help,
Obviously.
you're gonna have to spill the beans. It's gonna have to happen.
You know what? I'll consider it at the next game.
You're like, do you spill it to Yungso? Do you spill it to Sora? You can't spill it to the Scorpion. Those are your two options. Okay, guys, let's do some honor and glory rewards here. Nothing. There is a glory reward. Narin will get 3 points of glory for beating Miyagenda at Shoji.
Hey.
As for honor and glory rewards here, or as for honor rewards,
Oh,
Narin.
I could imagine I'm gonna get some demerits. If not this game, then probably in the future game.
Narin will gain 1 point of honor for sticking true to her word and trying to help Otomo Ayuri. Everybody who ran towards the supposed danger, the 3 that ran towards it, will get 1 point of glory, or I'm sorry, 1 point of honor for courage. It's not 3 or anything like just 1. It's a trifling.
I mean, she said it was a spider.
Let's go kill it.
Everybody, for not trying to disrupt the festival, will get courtesy. 3 points of courtesy for not disrupting the festival.
You mean 3 points of honor?
3 points of honor due to courtesy. Then everybody will lose 1 rank of honor for not reporting it to anybody.
Yeah, we didn't report it.
Nobody has been informed other than you guys.
So,
That is
so essentially
Actually,
10
could
points.
we Could we
Not 10 points unless you have 100
What-
honor.
One
what I
one
would
rank.
say
Whatever your rank is, like if you have 63, your rank is 6, so you'd lose 6.
Ah,
Got it?
Okay.
So you'll lose
Um,
1 rank of honor for not doing that.
quick question. Is that mitigatable in the next game session if people actually do go and report it?
If you report it in the next game session, I'll give you 3 points of honor.
There hasn't been a lot of
But
time.
no one even thought about doing this kind of thing, so it's still
Well,
an honor
I'm
loss.
just saying that because I feel like you might have wanted to hold off on doing the honor changes until we had a chance to really break away from it.
Well, no one even suggested it, so I'm making everybody lose the honor. And now that
Okay.
it's suggested, you can gain 3 points of honor next game if you want to do that. Let's see here. What else? I think that's it. Oh, no. Nope. Breach of honor for Kuronagi for bribery.
I did.
Lose 2 times your honor rank.
Ooh.
Okay.
And did I for Daisuke, did I ever have you lose honor for making those guys follow Otomo Ayuri around?
I don't think so. I can't recall that.
So
Remember?
You didn't say it in game, at least.
technically this was part of your duty, but you didn't have to do it this way. So it is an honor loss.
How bad?
It's just gonna be one. It's just gonna be your rank and honor that you lose.
Okay, so I already lost 7 because I with the plus I was at 71. Now I'm at 64.
So you'll lose 6 now. All right.
All right.
That is everything unless you'd like to make a petition to me for any more awards.
The EXP quiz to make up for my missing EXP.
I'll get to that in a second. We'll...
Oh.
Honor.
Trifling honor for me for the whole I promised not to interfere with their stuff and walking away.
He was the only person who didn't.
Yeah. I'll give you a
That's not
trifling
good.
award of honor for honoring your pact with the Dokugaru, and you can get 1 point of honor for that. You know what? I'll give you 3 points of honor. I'll give you 3 points of honor for not meddling.
All right.
Because I think
that
you're
puts
going.
me-
I think you're going pretty above and beyond with this.
All right, that actually puts me back to 42.
I was going to ask for like Naurin, I don't know what it would be, but not throwing like for like, even though she doesn't really like Daisuke, she didn't tell Ayuri that she suspected it might be him because she didn't exactly have any sort of like anything concrete, but also like kind of tried her best to steer her away from Daisuke in her assumptions.
Showing loyalty to the party, I think I'll give you a point of honor for that. I'll give you a trifling for that, sure. Anybody else? All right, we're all good. Now it's XP. Everybody gets 2 points. So, we're going to do another true or false question to see if we can't get that XP back for
For Matt.
for Matt's character. And the question
right.
today is, during an intrigue scene, when you wish to sway a person to your side, when you are going against someone of equal honor, or I'm sorry, of equal status, if you are trying to persuade someone of equal status, you would use the game's skill to get advantage on them.
I mean, I have my doubts. I mean, normally I would probably use courtesy, but let's see. If the intrigue was a game itself,
It is an intrigue type of scene. It's a type of conflict, the intrigue conflict, where you're trying to gain momentum points to achieve a goal. If your goal is that you want to change somebody's opinion, and that person that you're trying to persuade is of equal status to you, you would use the game skill to get an advantage on them. You can use any skill you want, but games gives you an advantage. True or false?
personally, I would say false.
That is incorrect. It is true.
I learned
Courtesy.
something new with that one too.
Courtesy
Yeah, it
is
is
for
true.
for people of higher status than
Higher
you,
station, and then
And-
command is for lower status.
and games is for somebody who is of equal status.
I was thinking
Because
performance.
it's like carousing with them. You're going around
Performance-
carousing with people who are your peers.
You're right though. Performance also works. Gives you advantage on people.
That's
of
what
equal-
tripped me up.
It's games or performance.
Except neither of those give you an advantage on them
Yes, it
for
does.
being the
Yeah, it gives
same
you
rank.
+1 or -1.
It gives you -1 to the TN of the roll
If they're the same status as you.
if they're the same status as you, and you use games or performance. Yeah. On page 257, games, performance, other skills. You offer diversion from the affairs at hand, turning the conversation to less pressing topic. If each target's status rank is equal to yours, decrease the TN of this check by 1.
Well, I'm looking forward to the next quiz.
Next question next week. I like that as true or false. I'm just giving you two options.
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you watched the stream all the way through, that means you liked it. So hit the like button, subscribe for more. We do this every Sunday. We do this every Sunday because this is Cyber Samurai Sunday, and we'll see you next Sunday to see how all of this works out for our samurai. Until then, go roll some dice.